In this vlog, I'm embarking on one of my most daring challenges yet. With minimal experience, my friends Nate, Eamon and I are attempting to cross a treacherous 35-mile stretch of the English Channel, the busiest shipping lane in the world. And the crazy thing is, we're trying to do this crossing on e-foil boards, which are basically electric surfboards that hover above the water. Supporting us on this quest are Kara and my friend Andy, who will be accompanying us on his boat. But we only have a one-day window to do this due to the weather, making the success of this adventure even more unlikely. And yes, lots of people cross the English Channel every day, but they usually do it aboard massive ferries. However, 8 years ago, we did successfully complete the crossing in a small boat, which we bought on eBay, which was a pretty intense experience. And then fast forward to 6 years ago, Andy introduced me to motorised surfboards called jet boards, and our goal was to practice enough to ride them across the channel. Unfortunately, when we attempted it, even with the slightest waves, we quickly realised how nearly impossible it was to ride on the surface of the sea. Also back then, there just wasn't an electric version available, but we knew it was a matter of time. As you know, I am pretty obsessed with electric vehicles, whether it's skateboards, cars, boats, maybe planes one day. And last summer, while joining our friends Kara, Nate, Eamon and Beck on a solar-powered yacht, I got to try the electric foil board for the first time, and I instantly fell in love. Not only were they an improvement on the jet boards due to being electric, but they also hovered above the water, making it much easier to cut through the waves. So after calculating the battery range, I realised if we managed to ride well and not fall off too much, we might actually have a chance at crossing the channel. And so here we are, with one day to go, trying to pull together a last-minute plan. The three of us, complete amateurs. What could possibly go wrong?
So the first thing we've got to do is get the boat from here, Brighton Marina, and all the way up here to Rye. This is the busiest shipping lane in the world. Unfortunately, if it's a calm day, lots of refugees and migrants will be crossing, potentially hundreds of them. Wow. So there'll be a lot of police and activity, border force activity. So we don't really want to go too far north.
At least 430 migrants crossed the English Channel to the UK yesterday.
Some of them may have travelled thousands of miles.
These officers have a clear mandate to prevent migrants from crossing the English Channel.
Over the last few days, the Border Force has brought hundreds of migrants ashore.
And this is live right now.
We're going to cross from here to
And
here.
these boats are massive.
That's actually what I'm most scared of. How big is the wake behind these things?
Yeah.
Like, is it gonna be like this massive surf wave coming at me that I've
It's
got to
not too bad.
The crazy thing is we've never even experienced what it's like to be on a foil with waves.
But your biggest concern is falling off in the shipping lane?
Falling off in the shipping lane would be an international incident.
Not just a concern of his. It makes international news.
It's the day before we do the crossing. We're at the marina and we are about to load up all the gear into Andy's boat and do a little test run, setting up the boards, taking off from the boat and cruising around a little bit and see if we still got the skills necessary. I'm feeling relatively nervous.
Up we go!
I feel like most adventures you don't really have like prepare time for, like actually planning. No.
We're going into this way more prepared than usual.
Exactly, I think we are very prepared. We're as prepared as we could be, really.
Can we just talk about the difference in what we're wearing right now?
Are you cold? Does anyone hold the water?
I feel like once we get going, I'm gonna get cold.
Cold, right? Really cold.
I mean, I don't know why, but it feels really cold right now.
Got my wetsuit on. I haven't tested the water temperature yet, but I've heard it's cold. That is take your breath away cold when we fall in.
And this is coming from the guy that has an ice bath in his driveway. So he's no stranger to cold water.
I can't feel my foot.
Oh my gosh.
So the plan now is we're going to set up the boards. They need kind of screwing together, the batteries plugging in, all of that. Because tomorrow we're going to get as close as we can to the French coast without actually getting on the beach, because we don't know the legalities of landing on the beach without permission. So we're going to get close and then put the boards together as quickly as possible and then head out. So we're doing a little rehearsal. We've put the foil on, got the little wing that goes under the foil. Here's a little prop. Probably shouldn't put my fingers in here because it's live, isn't it?
Don't do that.
Thing I'm most excited about, pod of dolphins.
Okay, should we chuck this in and just kind of tie it to the side of the
Is that definitely tight? Yeah? Yeah, let's do it. At this point, I want to shout out Liftfoil, the company that builds these magnificent boards. They kindly hooked us up with all the gear we needed for this adventure. It took us 17 minutes to put it all together, so Andy's thinking that might be too long to try and do covertly whilst we're avoiding attention on the French coast. So we're going to potentially, at the moment, the plan is to pre-build the boards and carefully stow them.
You know the distress hand signal? If you're in the water and you need help?
This one?
No.
Really? I feel like I'm gonna be doing this.
Yeah. That probably works too.
That works way
But I
better.
think that's really hard to do if you're
Trying to float.
So like this, but that's easier to do if you're struggling.
Okay. You going to try and kneel on it, or?
A long day. Oh, and he's down. You still thinking 50% chance?
50-50. No, I think there's a lot less chance we're going to do it now. Maybe like 20% chance.
Oh, no.
Close.
Andy!
Cool.
More weight up front.
That's full power though. Is it? Need to turn it up. I've jumped out the water, having a little rest. I am exhausted, like absolutely exhausted. I'm not feeling super confident about the adventure tomorrow. I think it's about a 20% chance that we're actually going to pull this off.
Yeah, I don't care which one I ride tomorrow.
I guess this ran out of battery a bit faster because...
What was that?
Oh, it's my phone. No, it wasn't.
It was.
Was it? Yeah, it's gone.
That was the most chill.
What happened? I reckon I'll be able to find it.
Can you get deep enough?
Oh yeah, I can see the whole... It's really visible down there.
Really?
Awesome!
If we'd got straight in, we would have found it. It's 6 p.m. We were probably out in the water for like over 2 hours. The batteries lasted. The question is, if it's as choppy as it was today and it felt choppy, can we do it? Can we actually get across?
For me, I think battery is going to be the biggest thing that determines us making it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling confident in our skills, even though we've only had like 2 hours of shredding.
I'm not feeling that confident.
I know, bro, you were good, man. Like
Yeah.
a couple falls.
To
but
be
like,
fair, by the end, if I wasn't as exhausted and had a bit more battery power, I felt like I was just about navigating that chop. And I don't think it's going to be worse than that. Anyway, there's lots of variables. How confident we're feeling, how choppy it is, how windy it is, whether we can preserve battery. If we're falling in a lot and then having to stop, start, I think the batteries could die quick. I still think for all the three of us to make the whole way, it's slim chance. But that makes it more exciting to me because it's the odds are against us, you know?
Yeah.
Warming up in the hot tub after a cold, productive afternoon.
We're having a heated debate over chill bumps and goosebumps.
Yeah.
At least
I
it's
go
not
by
goose
goosebumps.
pimples.
Andy dropped his phone in the sea yesterday, but we managed to drop by the Apple store, pick up another phone, and now we're slightly delayed. We're running about 45 minutes later than we should. Just got to the marina, we're running late. Gonna load up the boat, head out, meet Kara and Nate. Good news is we had a little look at the sea as we were coming in and it looks perfect condition. Eamon, you feeling more hopeful today?
My jet lag just kicked in. I'm tired. We just had a quick cheeky look at the sea. Looks nice and calm.
It does.
That's gonna be a big difference. You know what, guys? I think maybe you do 2 here and 1 fits nice along there.
along there.
Yeah.
So as Andy, Eamon and I loaded up his boat to set off from Brighton Marina Kara and Nate took the rest of the equipment in their car to drive and meet us at the coastal town of Dungeness. Spirits were high, the sea was looking calm, it was a beautiful sunny day, and the views from the boat made me realise how much I underestimate the beauty of the British coastline. It's absolutely stunning. It's got very cold on the rim, and I'm a little bit worried about the journey back after we've been in the sea for 3 or 4 hours. I bought a few extra hoodies and stuff, but yeah, we can face that later on. It's also got a lot choppier. This isn't looking good now. This is looking like we're gonna be struggling to stay up on the foils. It's just in the distance, but we did just see a dolphin pop up.
Oh, there's one. One just popped up there.
Another dolphin?
Yeah, right there. Oh, yeah.
We've arrived at Dungeness, which is a nuclear power station. It's quite a weird little area. And this is where we're gonna be meeting Kara and Nate, but we have no service and we didn't really have a full plan.
Looks proper deep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good?
oh no, I think that might still spin.
The boat is now sideways. Okay, that's not good.
Oh, that's a big wave in the boat.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's not good. We beached the boat, but the water was splashing into it. It was all a bit crazy. Eamon and Andy managed to push it around. Andy's gonna just chill, just keep it out there. And we're waiting for Kara and Nate now with our coffee. Kara says she's gone back for hot coffee.
No.
Yeah. Oh, I need to warm up, man. Okay, we were gonna have to walk like a third of a mile to get all the gear to the beach. It would have been such a mission, but we just saw a guy who had opened one of the gates for this, like, no authorised vehicles beyond this point. Key holders only. This is ideal. Isn't this the most random place you've ever seen?
This is really weird. I feel like this is where people drop off dead bodies.
The boat's only 1 minute away, and then we'll bring it all over there and hopefully quickly hit the beach, load it up.
The guy that ran.
Thank you!
The look on your face!
Hilarious. Everyone's safely on the boat, all the equipment's on the boat. I don't think we've lost anything. So on the way here, I was feeling really apprehensive about today. You know when you get that little knot in your stomach and you know it's a good adventure when you feel that? Because I feel a lot of the traveling we do, you know it's kind of going to go quite easy. But this is so many question marks around today. Oh, I feel nervous now, I actually feel nervous. So we've stopped because there was a warning light, and I looked online and it said the warning light was, there's water in the fuel filter. We could go for a bit and see if it kind of turns itself off.
It's draining, it's draining.
Yeah.
That's water coming out, that's not fuel.
So you're draining the water out the fuel filter?
Yeah.
There's something disconcerting about no engine in the middle. I guess we can still see land.
Yeah.
If we were in the bang in the middle, that would
At
feel.
least we're not in the middle of the shipping lane. That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, still
showing. Oh no. Oh, maybe it's one fuel line going into Really?
We're so near the start of the shipping lane as well. I can't believe that water just splashing up.
It's ruined. It's
Killed them both.
The engines have cut out because water got into the fuel tank. We're trying to empty the fuel filters now of the water. And the crazy thing is we're really close to the shipping lane, which is like completely illegal for us to be broken down in. What's that smoke? This was the absolute last place we wanted to break down. Both engines dead, miles from land, drifting into an international shipping lane. We were moments from disaster. It was starting to dawn on us the best option might be to call the Coast Guard and get rescued.
The only way you could get out of this situation is by running a separate, clean fuel supply.
I have got fuel in jerry cans.
Yeah, okay, do that then.
We've probably been broken down 30 minutes now.
Yeah, Andy, try switching back to the other tank.
The current prognosis is one of the fuel tanks out of the two might have some water in somehow. So we switched tanks. We're going to try and purge the lines, the fuel lines, and then reconnect this second tank and see if that works. Andy, there's no way water got on top of that fuel tank.
What's he doing?
He's sucking the fuel
Into his mouth?
through the line, yeah. I've done it before with diesel. Sucking gasoline's a lot worse. I think it can really like burn your mouth more than diesel.
No, the bulb wouldn't be in here.
Coast Guard, yeah,
It's gotta be here.
What would they do? Come and tow us back? You have to fill them back up with
Wait,
fuel.
why didn't the guy on the phone say that?
Yeah, that guy's
Why am I having to give him all the theory?
Ooh! 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 We got one. Got one engine.
So we've basically bypassed all of the fuel system on board and we've gone old school. We basically disconnected the fuel line into a jerry can and I'm just making sure that this doesn't leak anywhere near the electrical.
This is the plan. We've got the boat working, but not enough to do our original plan of getting to France. So we're heading back towards the UK, but we're gonna jump out here and do half of the trip on the foils. After quite the dramatic day, not quite making it as far as we wanted to, we are all now on cloud 9. I think just before we jumped off the boat, the sun hadn't come out, it was cold, I was feeling a bit demotivated, a bit sad that we didn't quite do what we wanted to today. But now I'm just feeling on top of the world. This is just awesome. Where the horizon meets the water, where the thrill of adventure dances on the waves, 3 nations riding together, sharing the excitement of flying above the sea, weightless, defying gravity. My imagination was racing with the endless places we could explore on e-foils. They are so much fun. This is so fun, I am so happy right now. One slight problem we might have is that Eamon's controller, I think, is disconnected from his board, possibly. I went back to get the boat because we'd kind of drifted quite far from each other and we're gonna go and rescue him now. I think if we had attempted the full channel crossing, I don't think we would have made it anyway. We're quite slow. We might have, who knows. Probably would have taken like 6 hours.
I felt like my board was kind of just goop, goop, goop. And then all of a sudden it's giving me like a no Wi-Fi signal. Nate is being a very good friend and staying with me, and Louis is trying to go flag down the boat, which is continuing that direction. I would hope someone would do the same for me because this is my worst nightmare. Just floating out here.
Still not connecting. Wow, just disconnected.
It says a Wi-Fi, no Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you have to you have to open it up and reconnect it.
Underneath the board there's been something disconnected.
Yeah, weird. Now we're trying the most difficult challenge of the day, which is to ride for 10 miles straight back to that coast. I've only got 35% battery. Right, let me switch the battery out quickly. Okay. 95%. Right. Yeah. I've successfully changed the battery. We're starting on the long ride home. As I glided across the surface of the unbelievably calm water, I looked across to see Nate and Eamon with beaming smiles. These are the moments that make me feel most alive. My heart soared with gratitude. Gratitude for the ocean, for its timeless beauty and relentless power, and gratitude for life and these amazing friends I get to share these experiences with. You nutter! I've been going for so long, the boat is so far behind me, and the power station does not seem to be getting any closer. But I'm powering on to the power station. Can you see where we're going? I don't know.
We don't know. I think it's a bit further to the right.
Although we didn't complete the crossing, we did manage to e-foil roughly half the distance of the channel, and that gave me hope that this quest to cross the English Channel can and must be done. Failure is something you can embrace and learn from, and it hadn't discouraged us. We learned a lot from this trip and are excited for the adventure to be continued. Made it with 15% battery. I'm now going to have to get my wetsuit off. The sun has set. It was a glorious sunset as well. Did you see it? It was actually really warm in the water, but I'm feeling a little chilly now, so I'm going to get out of my wetsuit, dry off, get some warm clothes, and then join Andy for the boat ride back. Another 2 hours back. So much fun. So much fun. Okay, I'm slowly getting some layers on and drying off. These three are going to jump off. Okay, go, 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 go. See you back home! Go and check out Nate and Eamon's videos of the day, and thanks again to Liftfoil for hooking us up. Also, if you want to check out what else we got up to with Eamon and Beck and Kara and Nate, head over to our couples channel. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.